It's Bruce Hill, New Skill, New You. And today I want to share a story with you of how my procrastination ended up being a lesson for me and how procrastination helped me to find problem areas in my business. All right. So we're all familiar with the concept of procrastination. It's not doing what we should be doing when we should be doing it, right? That's procrastination. And I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a behavioral fill in the blank. I believe the biggest reason people procrastinate is because of the uncertainty of the outcome. Now, there are other reasons like I just don't want to do it. That's fine. We're not talking about those. When you have uncertainty of the outcome, it makes it very difficult for your brain to process what we should do next. That's bigger than if you just don't want to do it. We could talk about motivation and discipline. That's not the direction I want to head here. Let me tell you what happened to me. I'm supposed to send out some emails. I got some emails for some organizations that may need my services, right? Money. I needed to give them a chance to tell me yes. I didn't download the emails because I wasn't sure which CRM I should use. And that's deeply ironic because I help my clients set up sales operations, including their CRM. So then I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to use CRM I already have. I don't need to buy a new one right now because then what has to happen? I get the new one. I got to put in the integrations, got to build the automations, got to set it up. And I asked myself a question I want you to ask yourself. What's the smallest step forward I can take right now? So I said, I'm going to use the CRM I already have. Shout out to Book Profits Club. The BPC system is masterpiece. Then I said, okay, well, what am I going to send them? So then I went on this took a whole nother day. On one email, I'm going to send them. I had to write the email, and then I rewrote it, and I used ChatGPT. Then I found some templates, and I didn't take action. And I asked myself the question, what's the simplest, smallest step forward I could take today? So I said, I just picked the email. So here's the thing. These people have never heard of me before. I've got to at least make an introduction. So my little email was introduction, copy, paste. Now, day 3 runs around, and I said, well, should I customize the email for this segment, this segment, this segment? I said, no, they just need an introduction. Let's go. So then I found out about something called DMARC, DMARC. I was like, what is that? So I spent the day researching email deliverability. And I spent the day looking for someone whose skill was how to set up your emails get open, so you end up in spam. That took a whole nother day. Then the next day, what are we at? Day 4 now? Then I found an article about email providers will shut down your account if you have a certain percentage of emails marked spam. I'm like, oh man. So then I stopped again and said, hey, I should set up a different email, right? I got to set up a different email. I'll use that as a backup so my main one doesn't get shut off. Then I said to myself, how do I know these emails I have are good? I've never sent anything to them before. So I don't want to get them to bounce and they mess up my deliverability, right? What is the smallest step that I could take today? So I said, okay, I don't know how to answer those questions, but I do know no one can send my emails to spam if I never send. So I said, the next day, I'm going to get these emails out. The next day, I go send out the emails. There was a problem with the import to CRM. It's my fault. I missed a comment. And I was like, oh, I have to deal with that later. The next day goes by. I try to send the email. My computer crashes. So now a whole week has gone by and I haven't accomplished what I set out to accomplish. I wonder how many days I've lost, how many opportunities I've missed because I didn't take action. I spend more time thinking than I was doing. And the challenge with procrastination is those are all good reasons why I had to rethink it. Here's where I broke through the site. And here's where I also learned empathy for the clients I've worked with, hesitated to take action. I understand them more deeply when they take 2, 3, 4 months to do something that should only take a few minutes. When I heard someone say, I've been working on this book for 4 years, and then I connected on Book Profits Club again. I love those guys. And listen, I need to put an affiliate link in the notes. She got her book done in 30 days. I said, what's the difference between the procrastinators and the action takers? And here, good news. I found the answer. There's three things. It's simplicity, simple action steps. I want you to dream big, start small. It's clarity, what needs to be done and how. I think that's the tough part. How sometimes can bug us. And then the third, it's so helpful to have some guidance. So if you're on a customer success team, that could be your manager. You could have an accountability buddy. If you're an entrepreneur, say speaker or coach, go find some other speaker or coaches who understand what you're going through, right? If you're a speaker, I don't recommend getting a chef or a bodybuilder. They could be useful, but they need to understand what you're going through. And maybe they can give you some tips. Hey, I've been through this. Here's how I got over it. So simplicity, clarity, and accountability. That's how I eventually said, okay, all I need to do is send out these emails. I'll check the response rates, reply rates, the bounce rates, and I'll figure out the rest later. That's where I want you to give yourself some grace. Procrastination doesn't mean you're a bad person. I know it can feel like that sometimes. Procrastination doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Aside from those things we just don't like to do, which by the way, you should outsource or automate. Delegate or automate. That's what my friends tell me. When it comes to procrastination, what can you simplify? What can you clarify? And we need a little extra help. Who will hold you accountable to take action? So for me, clarity, I use resources. I like pen and paper. That's Bruce. You might use something like Notion. You might want to use some of the techniques from Tidy Habits by Fogg, or The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, or The Compound Effect. That's a good one. Was that Jeb Blount? To teach yourself the skills and the tools to help you overcome. The cure for procrastination is action. Cure for procrastination is action. And that's where I love this question. I use it over and over again. What's the simplest step I can take right now to move forward? So sometimes let's put this into practice. Sometimes it's not cleaning the house. They say, you know what? I'm just gonna put the dishes in the dishwasher. It could be, man, I really need to go through my email inbox. You say, you know what? I'm just gonna check the last 24 hours. See if I missed anything. Maybe you need to work out. Excuse me. Maybe you want to work out. So you know what? I really don't have time to go to the gym. I'm gonna do 10 squats, 10 push-ups. And breaking it down into those small pieces that you can do right now helps you overcome procrastination, helps you build momentum, and helps you create progress, helps you get results. So I sent the email out, and that just happened. So as of this video, I don't have any magical success stories. Oh, I made $1 million from one email. But how many people could have responded to my email that I never sent? Not a trick question. No one wakes up in the morning and says, man, I really need to email Bruce Hill and ask him if he has a training course. You have to give people the opportunity to tell you yes. And every day you procrastinate stops the business from growing. It stops your progress. And that means someone's suffering longer than they have to because they need what you have. I also, from that week of sending an email, I, I have a lot more empathy for the clients I've worked with who are struggling with procrastination. And I hope that it helped me become a better coach because I can put myself in their shoes. The cure for procrastination is action. All right. My name is Bruce Hill from New Skills, New You, working on your personal and professional development with the emphasis on sales skills, because we know if we grow your people, we'll grow your business. Until next time.